Welcome to Making Art You Love Sisterhood. I'm super excited to share this quick start art video guide with you today. I mean, imagine being able to pull out your sketchbook, your pencil, your paintbrush, whenever you want, and to be able to make art, drawings, paintings that you're truly proud of. Just the feeling, the thrill of being able to create something you love and meeting some interesting people along the way. Over the next 15 minutes or so, you're going to learn some things you need to know about start to make art now. So for today, all you need is a piece of paper. This is printmaking paper and a pencil. If you have an art pencil, bonus. Sketchbook, awesome. Just paper and a clicky pencil, perfect. So if you don't have your stuff yet, go ahead and hit the pause button, get your supplies, and hit play, and then let's get started. So my name is Michelle Walker. I'm a professor of art. One of my favorite things about being an artist is teaching women how to draw and paint. It's super exciting working with women who've never painted before or drawn before. They're the best. Or maybe you started and you're just not quite sure if what you're doing is what you know there's more. Awesome. In fact, a few months ago, I received a phone call from a man who wanted to gift his wife a birthday gift of 5 lessons, 5 sessions. And the first day she came to the studios, she sat down and said, I can't draw. In 5 short sessions working together, she was able to draw with confidence, and she loved what she created and she wanted more. See, I hear all the time whenever I'm drawing or painting, I wish I could draw, paint, or make art, but I can't even draw a straight line. Or my mother, sister, brother, or aunt, they're the artist. I didn't get the artist gene. You know, that always confuses me because you could be a plumber, lawyer, or a doctor, and that can pass through the gene pool. But for some reason, being an artist stops with someone else, right? Another secret phenomenon are the number of women that are buying and collecting art supplies. Their closets, their drawers, their basements are full of supplies. But for either the lack of confidence, they feel that they aren't talented, they've tried, they've failed, and a lot of times they just have troubles getting started. They're not sure what to do. See, there's this idea of being an artist is something that just happens to a person. You know, you're born with it. So for those of us who have this desire to want to be able to draw or paint, there's this conflicting thing. We have this desire in our heart, but this conflicting notion that I don't have what it takes. Congratulations. You took the first step by being here, watching the quick start art guide. And guess what? You do have what it takes. Now you may be saying, but Michelle, I don't even know. How do you even know? I know because I've seen it time and time again with my students. See, being an artist starts with one simple act, having the desire to make art. Everything in art begins with having a desire to create something. And being a beautiful woman out there in this world today, we're makers and we're creators. See, art is a visual language. And just like with drawing or learning how to write, just like with learning how to write your name, drawing is a skill that can be learned. It can be taught and it can be learned. Let that sink in. Making art is a visual language. It's huge. And just like being taught or learning how to write your name, you could be taught or learn how to draw and paint. One of my students, after working with me, said, "My voice can be heard even when I can't speak." See, I begin in my courses, I begin with Jumpstart Drawing Framework, because I start with drawing because it's easy to learn and the tools, quite frankly, are cheap. Easy to learn, easy to access tools. But more importantly, drawing is a foundation for all methods of visual arts. So by learning some basic skills, having someone that can guide you to help you develop your creative potential, and being in a community of like-minded women, supported and inspired to create. See, that's the first step to being an artist. Creating art happens with interaction with people, nature, and the world around us. We don't have to be like Van Gogh, cut our ear off and live in an asylum to be an artist. It can happen right now. You can start now. Right now, you are a creative person who has a desire to draw and paint. And see, as an art professor, artist, I truly believe that if you have a desire to want to learn how to draw or paint, you can do it. So I'm going to teach you one tool, the first tool that I teach all of my students. This is the first thing that they learn in my class. And we're going to say, I can't even draw a straight line, and we're going to make that untrue. Because I am going to show you and teach you how to draw a straight line without a ruler. Why would I do this? I do this the very first day my students sit down. We do this because it builds confidence. It's amazing when you can draw a line with your body, no ruler. It takes away this searching, this idea of I need something for me to be able to do this. Okay, and there's some other yummy tidbits in this process, so hang with me. Again, get your paper and pencil. Watch what I do because this is an important part, okay? So don't get too fast, and let's get started. So our bodies were made to draw, okay? My body is made to draw. And it's amazing, and it's made to draw a straight line. It's so simple if I understand that my body can draw a straight line just by lifting my arm up and dropping it down, lifting it up and dropping it down. I am drawing a straight line in the air. I can draw sticking my arm out and pulling it back. So my body is created where I can draw straight lines just by the act of lifting my arm up and going down, right? So now I'm starting to think about this. My body is an art tool. It's a tool I use to create with, right? And when I'm holding a pencil in my hand, my arm, my hand, my wrist, my arm becomes an extension of the tool, okay? It's a big step. So when we write our name, we sit and a lot of times we're crooked, we sit, And I'm getting ahead of myself, so I'm going to back it up. So I'm going to demonstrate here, okay? So what we're doing is we're drawing. And we're going to hold our pencil a specific way. So I'm using a dry erase marker. You're using a pencil, of course. Maybe. So what we do is the way we hold our pencil, this isn't writing our name choked up on the pencil like this. This is drawing. So you open up the pencil a little bit, you move your hand away from the tip. I have my pinky extended, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to set myself up to draw a straight line. And I'm going to look straight at the paper, and I'll demonstrate this with another camera, so just hold. Bear with me. So what I do is I lay my hand on my pinky along the edge. I pull my pencil out. It's not a light grip on it. And this is the most important part. I'm going to breathe in. And I'm going to put my pencil down. And I'm going to drop my arm down. I'll do it again. I'll choke up on the pencil a little bit. I put the tip down. I breathe in. And then breathe up. And as I breathe out, I drop the pencil down. Okay. Now let me change cameras so I could show you while sitting. That's how you draw a straight line standing. Now I'll do one sitting down. So I'm going to flip my camera to the overhead. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my marker again. So I line my body up with the board. If I were writing, a lot of times when I'm writing my name, I'll hunch over my body, and I'll choke up on my pencil, and I write away from me, right, on an angle. But this, we want to set you up for success. I'm setting you up for success. So the drawing board is directly in front of me. You see that? So it's, I'm going to say a math word, perpendicular to me. Yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll open up the pencil, give myself a little room. I'll put the tip here at the top of the page. I'll hook my pinky along the edge of the paper, the sketchbook. I could do it along the edge of the paper, but I want you to be able to see. I'm going to sit up straight, make sure my arm has room to move behind me. And I'm going to breathe in. And then I'm going to drop my elbow back and draw a straight line. You ready? Breathe in and drop it down. Try it again. Put your pencil tip down, choke up on the pencil just a smidge. Put your pencil tip down, breathe in, shoulders down, and breathe out and pull. And you want to keep a nice, even speed. Okay. Try that a couple times. So the biggest, what I want you to do now is look at your drawings. Take a peek at your drawings. Look at your lines. And a lot of times I hear, but Michelle, this isn't perfect. They're wavy. There's wavies. lines. It's not straight. Well, my question is, does it go up and down? Yes. It is, it's a vertical, it's a straight line. And then why I want to say this is when we look at art, we don't look at it with our nose to it. We might draw with our nose where we could see everything like a micro vision, where you could see all the line waviness. But when we look at art, we actually look at it from a distance. We look at art from 10 feet back. And when you step back and look at hold your lines up arm's length away, when you look at them, you'll see, yes, they are straight. And I didn't say perfectly straight, I said straight. Yes, they are. Now, if you want a perfectly straight line, then you're minimum 300 lines. I've done that. My students weren't too happy with me. But just let it be known, if your mission is to make a straight line, it takes practice over and over. Now, what this does for my students, we do this on the first day. On the second day, we do an exercise where we draw a vase together. We use your straight lines. And that student who didn't make that first class, okay, for whatever reason, didn't learn how to draw a straight line with their body without a ruler, grabbed a ruler and started drawing his vase and following along with the ruler. And after 45 minutes at the end of the class, he was in a frenzy because he would draw and erase, draw and erase. He was trying so hard to get a perfectly straight line. Then when he finally looked up, took a breath and looked around, everyone else had a drawing. Sometimes when we work to perfection, we want it to look a certain way. We miss the thing, we miss what we're doing. We're not making art, we're abusing, correcting. We're no longer making. See, it's the process of learning, the process of making. That's being an artist. They talk about failure, getting the stuff out and trying. And sometimes when we live in this bubble of our own studio, when we're trying to make and we're by ourselves and we're asking our beloved family, what do you think? And then they're giving you all these things on how you need to fix it. That's not where you need to be. It's being in a group that you can be supported and loved and told that line that you drew, those lines that you have in front of you, guess what? Guess what? This is huge. Anyone can draw a perfectly straight line with a ruler. Anyone can grab a straight edge and strike a line. But those lines in front of you, that's you. No one on this earth can recreate those lines. Sometimes when we're working for perfection, when we're trying to do something that needs to look a certain way, we end up sanitizing ourselves out of it. It's a process of learning, the process of being, the process of making. That's what makes you being an artist, being curious, having that desire to want to make. Now, if you're ready to go further with this, take the next steps. And there's so much you can do, so much we can learn. I would love to help you with that. But the first step is being a part of the group. I do Facebook Live demos every Saturdays for now. Hop in. We're drawing, painting, using. I tend to be ADHD with art supplies, so I'm pulling something out. We're making, trying, experimenting with new materials all the time. And if you're ready to jump into, I do these jumpstart art, Jumpstart art programs. There are many courses on how to draw and paint. So for now, go out, start making some art and have fun, draw some lines. It's amazing what you could do with lines, right? We'll see you in the group. Bye-bye.